I never thought I'd be the one to unravel the tangled web of deceit that had wrapped itself around my family like a noose in the dry winds of West Texas. My name's Emily Hayes, and at 26, I was supposed to be just another ranch kid turned city slicker, scraping by with my online trading gig. But Grandma Eleanor had other plans for me. Plans that started unfolding in the dusty boardroom of Hayes Energy Partners, our family's oil and investment firm in Midland. The sun beat down through the floor-to-ceiling windows, casting harsh shadows on the faces of my kinfolk. Uncle Jack, pacing like a caged coyote at the head of the table, his silver belt buckle gleaming under the fluorescent lights. My cousins Mike, Diane, and Pat, all perched like vultures, their eyes darting between spreadsheets and each other. Uncle Jack cleared his throat, his voice gravelly from years of barking orders on drilling rigs. "Folks, thanks for coming out today to hash out Grandma Eleanor's estate. It's a mess. As y'all know, debt's pilling up, investments tankin'." He shot a glance my way, but it was the kind that skimmed right over me, like I was just the help. I adjusted my faded denim jacket, no frills today, and kept my cool. I'd overheard him and Mike whisperin' in the ranch house garden after her funeral 3 weeks back, plottin' how to carve up her holdings. "The big issue," Uncle Jack went on, "is who gets to steer her portfolio and that charitable trust for local schools and veterans." Mike jumped in, slick as oil. "We need someone with real know-how, Dad. Someone who's handled big stakes before." He grinned at Uncle Jack, ignorant the fact that those stakes had been bleedin' red for years under their watch. I felt my phone vibrate in my pocket. I'd hit record just in case. Grandma had drilled it into me. Always document. Always protect. "Emily," Uncle Jack finally said my name like it tasted sour. "I know Mom spent her last year showing you the ropes on stocks and such. Touchin'. Really? But this ain't play money." I met his eyes steadily. "How big do you reckon her portfolio is?" "Uncle Jack." He waved it off. "Around 10 million. Give or take." "Too much for a young un like you." The room hushed when I replied, calm as a summer creek. "Actually, it's sittin' at 42 million this mornin'. I oughta know. I've been runnin' it for 3 years."
But snorted.
"But it came out weak."
"No way."
"Grandma wouldn't trust a kid with that," Diane chimed in, fiddlin' with her flashy new bracelet, probably charged on the family card. "What do you even do besides that little app of yours?" I slid my phone across the scarred oak table. "Bank app open." The balance stared back, $48,732,415.89. Breakdowns in green, energy futures, real estate in the Permian Basin, tech startups. "Fake," Mike stammered. I pocketed it. "Grandma made me her advisor at 23. Said I had a knack for spottin' trends in volatile markets." "That little app?" "It's a fintech platform handlin' over $150 million in daily trades." Uncle Jack's face flushed like he'd swallowed bad whiskey. "Even so, the estate." I cut him off with a folder from my bag. "These are the transfers Grandma filed last year. Everything's in Hayes Legacy Management, my outfit." His lawyers shifted, but I pressed on. "Before y'all lawyer up, explain these." I showed a spreadsheet. Unauthorized loans. Siphoned funds. The air thickened. Grandma kept tabs on every dime borrowed without a skin. I looked at my cousins. "Might want to ask your dad why the old family ranch in Odessa got sold off quick." The door swung open, and in walked Tom, my firm's senior partner. Crisp suit contrasted the room's worn vibe. "MS.
Hayes."
The board's weight. I stood. "That'd be the Hayes Energy Board. I acquired the firm last month." Grandma always said invest in what you know. As I headed out, I added, audit teams come in an hour. Use it wisely, pride or prison. Their whispers followed me. Dad, what did you take from Grandma? That night, back at Grandma's sprawling ranch house overlooking the endless plains, her lavender scent still lingering in the air, I pored over files. My phone blew up, calls from Uncle Jack.
Text begging from Diane.
I opened West Texas Safeguard Plan, the blueprint Grandma had shared 3 years prior. Flashback. Her arthritic hands tapping the keyboard. See how Jack shifts funds mid-month? He's hiding a heap. She'd revealed it all, the shell companies, forged docs, theft from her veterans fund. I've been tracking since before he could ride a horse. Present day. A knock. My security head.
Luke.
Surveillance from the week. Photos. Uncle Jack meeting shady lawyers at a dive bar. Mike clear in his office. Diane hitting her bank vault. They're scrambling, Luke said. I nodded. Audit done. Worse than thought. Ponzi scheme through the firm. $42 million from Grandma. $25 from local investors. Anger simmered. But I thought of Grandma's lessons. Justice, not vengeance. A text from Diane. Please.
Talk.
Dad can explain. I showed Luke. How long till we tip the SEC? Your call. I gazed at the sunset over the mesas. Send it. And start phase 2. He left. And I held a photo. Grandma and me at my UT Austin grad. Both grinning under wide-brim hats. She taught me to wrangle more than cattle, to handle snakes in suits. The buzz of my phone pulled me from reverie as I sat on the porch swing. The stars punching holes in the West Texas night sky. An unknown number. Pat. Probably using a burner. Emily. You gotta hear me out. We didn't know Dad's full game. I pulled up his file. That why you greenlit transfers to your Vegas account? Silence. How'd you? Those were locked. I smiled thinly. Grandma taught me to trace every trail. Cousin. She had backups of backups. We can cut a deal, he pleaded. I got proof on Dad. You mean the docs in your lockbox at Midland National?
Grande uma copia ding all.
The line clicked dead. My laptop pinged. SEC confirmation. Wilstonen. But that wasn't the endgame. I messaged my team. Project Horizon Live. Phase 2 at dawn. Another text from Mike. You're tearing us apart. Happy now.
Iraplia, no.
Uncle Jack tore us when he dipped into Grandma's well. I'm just plugged in the leaks. I headed to the hidden safe in the study, behind a painting of the old homestead. Inside, Grandma's master drive, every secret, every safeguard. Luke's voice over intercom. Ready for morning?
Yep.
Press release. Filings. Board alert. And the runners? PI say your cousins are cashing out big.
Latching.
Freeze is hit in hours. One last buzz. Uncle Jack. Big mistake. Kid. I texted. Grandma raised me to spot bluffers like you. Dawn broke golden over the ranch as I drove into Midland. The Hayes Energy Tower looming like a sentinel. A chaos reigned, security hauling boxes, feds combing records, news vans circling. Phone alert. Breaking. Fraud probe rocks Hayes oil empire. SEC digs in. Right on time. Luke met me. They're in the war room. I straightened my tailored vest. No more playing small. Evidence in hand. The room hushed as I entered. Uncle Jack, rumpled in his Stetson-branded shirt, flanked by lawyers, Mike and Di and clumped together, Pat alone. Fidgety. Thanks for showing, I said,
Tucking the head.
though with feds outside. Choice was slim. Uncle Jack exploded. This is bull. You can't. I raised a hand. Let's review facts. Laptop to screens, transactions, forgeries, siphon funds from the trust. Diane's eyes welled. That ain't us. Next slide. Bank cam footage. Her using grandma's ID for vault access. 12 hits last year. Mike, business needed juice. Or your poker losses? His statements flashed. Casino drains Matt Shin loans. Pat, I wasn't in deep. What about the trust's Miss-In Ranch scholarships? Funneled to your failed drill-in venture. Lawyers fidgeted. One bolted. Don't run, I said. FBI wants words on your cover-ups. Uncle Jack pounded the table. You think you've corralled us? We built this. Stole it. You mean from Grandma? Charities. Hardworking roughnecks trust in the Hayes name. I turned to the window. City sprawlin' below. She gathered proof for years. Watchin' y'all betray her while mockin' her old ways. What do you want? Mike cracked. Cut. I chuckled. Got more than y'all ever dreamed. Screen switched. Video of Grandma. Dated pre-passin'. If Emily's playin' this, she's safeguarded our roots from rot. Uncle Jack paled as she spoke. Jack, I gave you the world, land, learnin',
Faith.
You repaid with greed. Her tone steel. Emily has full reign to reclaim every cent. Whatever the toll. Video faded. SEC has it all, I said. But wait. Doors opened. Suits filed in. Meet Hayes Horizons board, Grandma's shadow empire. Built quiet while y'all raided the facade. Horror dawned. Yep. The firm was bait. Real assets hid in plain sight. Run by the kid who can't wrangle cash. Uncle Jack whispered. Impossible. Done deal. Luke passed papers. Indictments. Seizures. Orders. 1 hour to clear out for cuffs. As I packed, I slid Uncle Jack an envelope. Grandma's personal gift, deed to a plot in Lubbock. He opened it, breath catchin' his boyhood farm. She said you'd recall it before oil fever hit. Out the door, his mutter. The farm. Grandma's whisper in my mind. Sometimes roots pull you back harder than riches. That evening, back on the ranch, wind whistling through mesquites, I reviewed Fed updates. Headlines screamed family downfall. But I felt a twinge, not triumph,
But sorrow.
Luke brought coffee and prison mail stack. Uncle Jack's letters, remorse mixed with begs.
Ignored ain't.
Restitution final? All investors squared. I nodded, touchin' Grandma's lavender vial. Scholarships funded? First class. 50 kids. Includin' Diane's girl. Lily, qualified fair and square. Pat texted. Thanks for Lily's shot.
Wasted mine.
He was clerking at a small outfit near Lubbock. Above the old farm. Maybe redemption started small. A year on, the ranch bloomed with wildflowers Grandma loved. Their colors dancin' in the breeze like her spirit never left. I sat on the veranda, siftin' final probe reports. Hayes fraud case closes, convictions, restorations. Uncle Jack got 12 years for the scheme. Mike and Diane probation after pleadin'. Community service drillin' home the lesson. Pat turned evidence. Got leniency, now mentorin' at-risk youth in Lubbock. Headlines faded. But Hayes Horizon thrived, pouring profits into local vets' homes and tech hubs for young entrepreneurs. Luke approached with tea. Last payments cleared. Everyone made whole. I smiled, glancing at the lavender. And the incubator? Applications open, 20 spots. Just like Grandma's vision. My phone hummed. Text from Sarah, Mike's wife. Grateful for the apartment. Kids settlin' in school.
Ideset, amab modest.
Trust intact for college. HR leads. 1 interview tomorrow. Good. Second chances for the innocent. Flashback hit. Grandma and me in the garden.
Prune and bluebonnets.
Money's like rain out here. Emily can flood or nourish. Amplifies your heart. Why'd Uncle Jack turn sour? Forgot his dirt-poor roots on that Lubbock spread. Success blinded him. She squeezed my hand. Promise you'll remember. Wealth's what you sow for others. Present, Mike's ex showed for a meet about their foreclosed spread, now company asset.
Dignified.
She asked nothing. Trust safe, I assured. Enough for the kids' futures. Relief washed her. Why help? Grandma believed in fresh starts. Earned honest. After she left, I wandered halls lined with family lore. Grandma as a wildcat a strike-in first gusher, the Lubbock farm photo. Humble beginnings, us at my fintech launch. Hats tipped proud. Phone buzz, warden note, Uncle Jack's seek-in visit. Deleted. Some wounds healed slow. Luke with docks, board greenlit expansion, solar farms in the basin. Signed, thinkin' of Grandma's drive. Innovate.
Sustain.
Envelope arrived, heavy stock. Her script. Deliver on anniversary. Inside. Dearest Emily, you've guarded our legacy. Teachin' kin the hard way 'bout true riches. Money's tool, not throne. Jack chose greed, cousin's ease. You, wisdom. Build for tomorrow.
Prune the rot. Grow hope.
Proud not of empires, but your heart.
Love.
Grandma. A pressed bluebonnet tumbled out. I tucked it away. Eyes mist-in. Wind carried lavender scent. Reminder, fortunes in dollars fade, trust earned endures. That night, under stars, I ponder the article I'd draft for local paper. From fraud to foundation, Hayes' legacy reborn. Not revenge, but renewal. But life don't tie neat bows. Next mornin', a knock, pat.
Hat and Hunt. Dusty from the drive.
Emily,
Can we talk?
wary. I nodded. Coffee on porch. He spilled. Tinnin' evidence was hell. But right. That farm? Uncle Jack's old haunt, it's humblin'. Workin' with kids now. Showin' 'em paths I missed.
Grand-madi à preuve.
He shifted. Lily's thrivin' in the program. Diane's out soon, changed, she says. Skeptical. But time tells. We walked the fields. Talked into old times, Grandma's barbecues.
Rodeo tales.
I get it now, Pat said. Money twisted us. But you fixed the fence. Not full mend, but a start. As he left, I felt lighter, Grandma's lesson sinkin' deep. Family ain't blood alone, but choices shared. Weeks blurred into board meets. Incubator launches. One evening, Diane called, probation voice shaky. Emily, thanks for Lily. I'm volunteerin' at the vet's home, paying back.
Earn it, I said.
Grandma watched close. Handin' up. I reviewed audits. Clean. Growin'. Horizon now partnered with locals for green energy. Creatine jobs in dusty towns. Uncle Jack's letters evolved. Less beg. More reflect. 1. That farm deed hit hard. Remember playin' there as kids? Lost my way chasin' wells. Saw the. Still no visit. But I penned back. Roots run deep.
Use time to replant.
Small step. Grandma's garden thrived. Metaphor live. I hosted first incubator pitch. Young folks with dreams. Like me once. One kid. From a roughneck family. Solar rig idea, sustainable drillin'. Funded it. Her pride echoed in the wind. As seasons turned, the West Texas heat gave way to crisp falls. Ann Hayes' horizon became a beacon, not just for profits, but progress. I threw myself into the work, balancing ledgers with community outreach. The incubator hummed, 20 startups bloomin'. From ag-tech drones scoutin' crops to apps trackin' water rights in arid lands. Grandma's trust funded it all. Her veterans' scholarships liftin' folks like Lily, who texted updates, aced math, thanks to the program. But shadows lingered. Mike surfaced post-probation, working a modest job at a supply firm. He emailed, no excuses. Lost big. Can I help with the foundation? Cautious. I met him at a Midland diner. Coffee black. Why now? Prison reflection. Grandma's video looped in my head. Greed poisoned me. We talked hours. His regrets. Plans to mentor at-risk investors. Give me a trial, he said. I nodded. Start small, volunteer audits.
He did.
Proven steady. Diane integrated slower. Post-release. She joined vets therapy groups. Sharon her fall. Emily. I was blind, flashy things over family. At a foundation gala. She spoke. Betrayal cost me everything. But redemption's possible. Applause rippled. I felt Grandma's nod. Pat thrived in Lubbock. Pinning the farm into a youth retreat, teaching finance basics. Roping skills. Your idea? I visited. Inspired by her lessons.
Kids laughed.
Learnin' balance sheets round a campfire. Family rebuildin', he grinned. Uncle Jack's release loomed years off. But letters deepened. Readin' old journals from the farm. Forgot joy in simple wins. I visited finally. Glass between us. Emily. You saved what mattered. Tears fell. Forgive? Not yet. But understand, yeah. He nodded. Plant seeds for me out there. Back home. I expanded. Horizon went public. Shares soarin'. Proceeds to eco-projects. Wind farms dottin' plains. Reducin' oil reliance. Local paper. Hayes Air turns scandal to sustainability. At the anniversary barbecue, family. Minus bars, I toasted. To Grandma, teachin' wealths and liftin' others. Flashback. Her last days. Bedridden but sharp. Emily.
Don't let anger fence you in.
Forgive where earned. Grow beyond. Promise kept. Present, Sarah hosted a small gather, kids playing. Mike grillin'. Diane brought pie. Pat stories. Uncle Jack called collect. Here y'all. Proud. Laughter echoed. Mendin' cracks. But true test came, a horizon crisis, market dip. Investors panickin'. Echoes of old fraud. I rallied team. Transparent. We build honest. Weathered it. Stronger. Grandma's letter resurfaced in mind. True wealth. Character under fire. Evenings. I'd ride the range. Sunset paintin' skies. Felt her presence. Well done, girl. Legacy, not revenge. But renewal, family scattered. Now regatherin'. Community nourished. Money, just the tool. Heart, the treasure. One pivotal moment, Diane's relapse scare. She confessed temptation, old habits. Help me stay straight. I linked her to counselors. Foundation sponsorin'. She emerged stronger. Co-lead a fraud prevention workshop. Your trust saved me, she said. Mike's mentorship bloomed, prevented a young exec slip. Pat's retreat hosted family weekend. Us together. Awkward laughs to ingenuine. Missed this, I admitted. Bonds reforged. Cautious but real. Uncle Jack's parole hearing. I testified. Remorse genuine. Potential for good. Granted. He returned to Lubbock Farm.
Helping but.
Start over, I said. He did. Volunteerin' at shelters. Redemption's arc. Slow but sure. Horizon's capstone. a community center in Odessa. Named Eleanor's Haven, classes,
Aid.
symbol of rise from ashes. At opening, Kin spoke, from theft to thrive. Tears,
Hugs.
Grandma's lesson, humanity over hate. Years blurred, but the ranch remained my anchor. Its vast skies a canvas for reflection. Hayes' horizon evolved into a powerhouse. Blend oil heritage with green innovation, solar arrays glinting beside pump jacks. Jobs flood in small towns. The incubator spawned unicorns. One app revolutionizing water management in droughts. Another linking rural kids to global markets. Grandma's scholarships lifted hundreds, Lily. Now college-bound, interned with us. You're the aunt I needed, she hugged. Family threads wove tighter. Mike rose to foundation director. His past a cautionary tale in speeches. Greed blinds, integrity endures. Diane authored a book, From Vaults to Values, Proceeds to Charity. Pat's retreat expanded. A nonprofit drawing families nationwide for financial literacy camps. Uncle Jack,
Postparole.
tended the Lubbock farm, organic produce to food banks.
Mentoring. Excons.
Emily, you gave me soil to regrow, he said at a reunion barbecue. Clinking glasses under stars. Challenges persisted. A lawsuit from old investors. Echoes of fraud. We settled fair. Transparent, turned it to policy advocacy. Pushing stricter SEC rules in energy sector. Learn from scars, I told the board. Personal too, Datton a local engineer. Balancing empire with life. Grandma's wisdom. Don't let wealth isolate, share it. Her anniversary ritual. Read the letter. Plant a bluebonnet. This year, all kin gathered, stories flowing, laughter healing. What a turnaround, Uncle Jack marveled. From betrayal to bond. I smiled. Grandma's plan, humanity wins. Flashback finale, her eyes twinkling. Emily, life's a long trail. Ride with heart. Forgive the stumbles. Build oases. Lived it. Present, at a TED-style talk in Austin. I shared, my family's fall taught. Money amplifies. But character defines. From West Texas theft to redemption. The lesson? Invest in people. Ovation rose, felt her pride. Homeward, driving through plains, radio playing country tunes. Phone, group text from cousins, family strong. Replied, always. Sunset dipped.
Paint and hope.
Legacy secure, not in millions, but mended hearts. Nurtured dreams. That's the real gold rush. In quiet moments, I'd whisper, watch us.
Grandma.
We're growing. Wind answered. Carry in, lavender. Affirmation eternal. The end wasn't vengeance's chill, but warmth of renewal. We learned. Betrayal breaks, but compassion rebuilds. In the Wild West, where horizons stretch endless, so does the chance to right wrongs. Family, flawed yet resilient, proved it. And me, grateful heir to wisdom outweighing any fortune. Reflections deepened on cultural shifts, incorporating Western values like self-reliance. Community barn raising. Horizon hosted annual rodeo fundraiser. Blend in fun with philanthropy. Uncle Jack led sessions on ethical wildcatting. Diane's workshops empowered women in finance. Pat's camps included survival skills. Metaphor for fiscal resilience. Mike's transparency reports became industry standard. A near miss. Market crash tested us. United. We pivoted, saved jobs.
Aida Lucaus.
Team Hayes, we joked. Grandma's ghost smiled. Final gathering, Christmas at the ranch. First full since scandal. Gifts modest. Stories rich. To new trails, toast rang. Heartful. Legacy alive.